Thanks for listening to English Go Podcast. If you'd like to listen without adverts, read episode transcripts, or listen to extra bonus episodes, please check the description for more details.
Finding high-quality mental health care can be daunting and exhausting. That's why Cerebral offers convenient access to online mental health services, including therapy and medication management. Cerebral's diverse clinician team can help with anxiety, depression, insomnia, stress, grief, big life changes, and more. You can schedule and communicate with your care team through Cerebral's mobile app and attend your sessions from the comfort of your own home. Get started with or without insurance. Plus, you can now use FSA or HSA. Start your first month for 50% off at Cerebral.com/ACAST.
I'd like to apologise because I think I've missed an episode out. I think there was a week. Was it last week, the week before? And I forgot to upload an episode. So I'd recorded all of the, I'd recorded enough episodes to do one episode every week. But I forgot to upload it. And to be perfectly honest, there is a reason that I forgot to upload it. And it's because I wasn't feeling so great. And I don't mean feeling ill, but just sort of feeling a bit down, to be perfectly honest, a bit unhappy. And that's not so normal for me. I'm usually very, I don't know about energetic, but very positive, I think. Maybe. I don't know. It's difficult to describe yourself, isn't it? Anyway, what's been happening recently is I think I've been having a little bit of a hard time adjusting to my new life here in Japan. And so that resulted in like a feeling of like being homesick. And I've never experienced homesickness before. And I didn't think I would experience it. I didn't think I was the type of person who would experience homesickness. I guess the reason I thought I wouldn't experience it, I wouldn't be homesick, is because I didn't know that I liked England so much. It's funny. It's just somewhere I was born in, somewhere I've spent all my life in, and you don't realise what parts you like about it, or what part. Maybe you know all of the bits you don't like, but maybe it's harder to see all of the bits you do like. But when you live in another country, a country that's very, very different from your own country, then I think you can see all of the bits that you used to really like, and that makes you, miss living in your old country, miss your old life a bit. So yeah, I have been feeling homesick, and I have been quite surprised as well that I've been feeling homesick, because I just didn't realise I liked England so much. But yeah, I do. And it's not really one particular big thing that I miss about England. It's many, many small things I think that I'm missing. So yeah, it's sort of hard to describe all of them, because there's so many little tiny things that sort of just add up to one big thing, I suppose. But that's not to say that I'm not enjoying life here in Japan. It has its ups and downs. That's a good phrase. It has its good moments and bad moments, I think. There are times when I'm over here and I'm thinking, wow, it's really fun living in Japan. It's really good to be living in Japan. And there are other times when I'm thinking, I wouldn't mind going back to England now. I wouldn't mind getting a flight and going back to England. Maybe not for forever. I think if I, like those days when I feel a bit down, maybe I feel like life in Japan is a bit difficult, and I feel like I want to go back home. I don't think I want to go back home forever. I don't think it's like, oh, okay, I've finished, I've had enough with Japan, bye-bye, I'm going home now. I think it's more like I just want a break. I just want a little rest. Go home, spend, I don't know, a couple of days in England, maybe a week or something, and then recharge my batteries, like recharge myself, and then come back to Japan and ready to sort of like tackle Japan again, ready to take on Japan again, because it's harder. I think it's always going to be harder living in a different country. It always takes more effort. Everything requires more effort. Even simple things require more effort. So that's probably why I feel like I just want to go back to England, where everything's so easy, where life is so easy, and just have a bit of a rest and just recharge myself and then come back to Japan. It's not like I don't want to quit. I don't want to quit Japan. Sometimes I just feel like I need a rest. But anyway, good news is that I've started to get back into a study routine, and it's taken an awfully long time for me to do this. And I think part of the reason is when you're studying, when you do some language study, you need to have high levels of motivation. You need to have a lot of like extra energy available to be able to spend that energy studying, and I just haven't really had that for a long time, because I haven't had any routine, and so if you don't have a routine, I think it's hard to get a study routine as well. So I mean, like for quite a while I'd been going to bed late and waking up late, and I don't know, all different hours. So it's all over the place. But for me, I really need I need routine in my life. I need structure in my life. And then when I have that, then I normally find that like study structure, like study routine, just comes naturally to me. So I've been paying a bit more attention to like when I go to sleep and when I wake up and how long I sleep for and that kind of thing. And because of that, thanks to that, I've started to get back into a study routine. So I'll tell you what my study routine looks like here in Japan. Normally, I wake up around, my alarm goes off at 7, and I normally get up around 7:30, which I don't like. When my alarm goes off, I like to get up straight away. But yeah, I don't know why, but I seem to be a bit lazy in the morning still. So my routine isn't perfect yet, and I will change that at some point. I want to start getting up at 6 a.m. in the morning like I used to when I was living in England, and just like alarm goes off, straight out of bed, and then get on with the rest of your day. That's what I love doing. But so yeah, wake up at 7, spend a bit of time in bed, get out of bed, and then usually what I've started doing for these past 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, is going to a park. Obviously it depends on what the weather is like, but it's usually reasonably good over here, so there's not a lot of rain in wintertime, so I can often go out for a walk. And if it's sunny as well, it's quite nice to sort of sit down in the park on a bench and just do my studying there. And that's really been helping a lot, actually. I think the park has made a big difference to my level of motivation. I don't know if this is the same for you, but for me, like when I go outside, when I get some like fresh air, it makes a really big difference to like whether I want to study or not. So for a long time, I'd just been sort of like stuck indoors and not going out much. And there's only like we only have like one key. Like my wife has a key and I don't have a key, and she was taking it with her most of the time. So I felt like I was trapped inside and I couldn't get out and I couldn't get fresh air. And I think that had a bit of a negative effect on me, on my motivation. But yeah, I'm keeping the key all the time now, so I can go out whenever I want. And I usually do like I say, in the mornings go to a park. And I like to just listen to a podcast and walk to the park. It's about 5 minutes. Then do a bit of walking around the park and still listening to a podcast. And sit down on a bench and maybe I'll read a book. Or do a bit more listening to the podcasts. And it's good. It's good. I'm getting about between 2 to 4 hours of study done every day, which is, 4 hours is, that's probably too much. That's going a bit crazy. But, 2 hours I think is quite good. But I'm studying for a long time, I think, because I'm enjoying it. And that's what's key. That's what's really important about studying, I think. When you're doing something and you're enjoying it, and you do it for a bit too long because it's fun, because you're enjoying doing what you're doing. That's when studying is no longer studying, just something you're doing because you're enjoying it. And I think that's the best kind of study that anyone can do, really. So yeah, there you go. There's a bit of an update. There's a bit of an apology as well for missing a week out. I am going to make it up to you. I'm going to, as an apology, I'm going to upload an extra episode this week. So yeah. So look forward to that, please. Okay, until next time, have a lovely day. Bye-bye.
At Bombas, we make socks, underwear, and T-shirts that feel good and do good. They feel good because they're designed with the softest materials and comfort innovations. They do good because for every item you purchase, we donate another item to someone who needs it. So far, we at Bombas have donated over 75 million items, and your purchases add to that impact. Go to bombas.com/ACAST and use code ACAST for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/ACAST and use code ACAST at checkout.
When it comes to work, communication is key, even if you don't have a writing job. Sounding unconfident, indecisive, or passive-aggressive can hold you back professionally and hurt your team's productivity. Grammarly Premium's advanced tone suggestions make sure you're always sending the right message. Sound clear and confident in your writing and automatically replace negative-leaning language with solution-focused alternatives. With Grammarly's help, you can build stronger relationships at work, be constructive in the face of challenges, and help your team get things done. Grammarly works where you do, so your team's projects get done before the deadline. And with features like comprehensive spelling, grammar, and clarity-focused sentence rewrites, Grammarly helps keep your writing efficient and mistake-free. The right tone can move any project forward. Get it just right with Grammarly. Go to Grammarly.com/podcast to sign up for free. Then get 20% off when you upgrade to premium. That's 20% off at Grammarly.com/podcast.